Hello my peopledom, welcome back to another video. It is your boy Toyin, and in today's video we've actually got an exciting one. So today I'm going to attempt to create a waitlist website using Gemini CLI. So to provide a little bit of context, over the last few months I've been building out a mobile application called DanceBuddy. This is a mobile application for dancers, so that dancers never lose their moves, choreographies, or dance battles in the pits of their phone library ever again. So whilst building out this application, I am now getting close to the MVP stage. So hopefully I'll be releasing an MVP soon, and I'm starting to look for some beta testers. So essentially some people that can use the application and then tell me of any issues they find, any new features that they would really like, etc. And I can make the application even better. So to do that, I've decided to actually create a very simple kind of waitlist page. It's just a one-page landing page, static website, so that people can enter their emails, I get their emails, and then I can take it forward from there and email them once the MVP actually launches. So to do that, I wanted to use Gemini CLI. I've been playing around with some AI tools. This is my kind of first time playing around with AI agents, so I just wanted to see what it's capable of essentially. So I've decided to take you guys along on the journey with me. So hopefully this goes well. Let's see what Gemini CLI can kind of design by itself. The plan is that today I won't be writing any code myself. Hopefully Gemini CLI writes all of the code, and yeah, hopefully it designs a good website. So before getting into the video, please like the video, share, comment down below, and also subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that, and obviously it would help out with the YouTube algorithm. But yeah, let's jump into this video. Alright, we are here in my terminal. I have already installed Gemini, so I don't need to walk through the installation, but it's a very simple installation. If you have npm installed, it's even simpler. But I can simply fire up Gemini just by calling the Gemini command. But firstly, let's go into my repository, coding projects, and now let's fire up Gemini. So Gemini is the CLI tool, as talked about. I'm not going to talk too much. Hopefully AI agents is something you're probably familiar with. There's lots of YouTube videos out there, but essentially the crux of AI agents is that these agents can go in and make changes to things on your laptop themselves, right? So ChatGPT just gives you a whole bunch of text that you should copy and paste, but instead these AI agents like Gemini CLI can just go in and create things for you. So that's what I'm going to do today. So yeah, let's talk to the AI agent. I want you to create a new project inside this directory. This will be a waitlist website for my mobile application called DanceBuddy. I want this waitlist page to be sleek and modern, a one-page website that has an email collection form, I want the primary colors, because the primary colors on my application are a red and an orange. I'll just use that for now. There's more specific hex values, but red and orange for now. Orange as accent colors. And now let me describe the actual components I want on the website. The components on the website to be a headline, a sub-headline, the email collection form, my app name and logo, and a space for an app recording. You can see on the side here I've already got my app recording and my logo kind of ready to go. That I'll add as assets to the project later on. So I'm creating the project inside this directory. It'll be a waitlist website for my mobile app called DanceBuddy. The page should be sleek and modern, a one-page website, collection form, primary colors, and the components described. Okay, let's run that and let's see what Gemini CLI will come up with. Now, I've started using these AI agents in my workflow already a little bit, and what I found is that you need to be very specific in the things that you want it to do. Otherwise, it kind of goes on a frolic of its own and starts doing all sorts of things. So you need to be very specific in what you want it to do. So Gemini CLI has kind of created this plan. The technology, it will use React. For styling, it will use Bootstrap. For responsive layout and a custom CSS. Page will feature a prominent headline, subheadline, user-friendly email collection form, and dedicated sections for your app's logo and video recording. And the design will be clean, professional. Sounds good. Now, right, so another thing that I've noticed whilst beginning to use these AI agents, let me just allow this execution, is that you need to be somewhat flexible with the technologies, right? Based on the training data, I'm sure the AI agents are better at using certain technology to create things than others. So just something to be aware of. Obviously, I didn't specify which technology I wanted to use, and it went with React. I'm sure that's because React is so popular right now, and a lot of the training data has been based on React essentially. So that's why it's gone with React. So I'm just allowing a lot of these, the executions it's creating the project, hopefully for me. Don't know what it's going to be called yet. Oh, it's done it again. Okay, so it's creating the project. Now let's see what it's done. Okay, so it's currently adding all of the things inside of this DanceBuddy project. There's a lot of stuff going on here. So yeah, as I mentioned already, there's a lot of changes it can make for you. Essentially, you always have to kind of inspect them. I'm kind of just running through this at the moment because I want to just see what it can come up with. But obviously, if you're using it in your own project, please inspect the code that it's doing, inspect the changes that it's making, because they can be very frustrating sometimes if it just makes a whole bunch of changes that you didn't want or you didn't ask for specifically. Let's open up a new terminal and let's go into coding projects, and let's see, static. Oh, okay. Let's open up DanceBuddy waitlist. So here we are. This is the project it has created. Let's go into source and app.css and this here. Right, okay. So it looks okay on first viewing anyway. Let's open up a terminal and let's run the project. It's running on localhost 5173. Let's open that up. Right. So some changes that need to be made. It looks pretty terrible. So we're going to have to amend that somewhat. Okay. Let's see. Finish styling the website to be more sleek and modern. Also remove the header since that is not needed. What do you call it? The navigation bar. But since that's not needed, and add the logo and app name to the main body of the page itself. Make the red less prominent and more of an accent color. Now let's see what it does with those changes. So you're gonna have to play around with it. It's not gonna get it working all of that well initially, especially. So you have to play around with these things. Now let's see. Okay, it's made a couple of changes. Removed the nav bar, which is good. The waitlist actual collection form is a little bit, yeah, it doesn't look great. And it looks a bit too separated. So make the website more sleek and seamless. I don't want the separation. The main content and the email form collection to be as clear. Let's see what it does with that. I'm sure there's a better way of optimizing the commands and the prompts that I put into this, but again, I'm learning, so hopefully it goes well and it does make some changes that are actually somewhat good. So right then, so that's a little bit better, just a little bit though, not much better. Let's inspect these changes. What has it done here? Okay, it's created these boxes, which I don't really love, to be honest. Oh, it's gonna make some more changes. Join now. Okay, and that as well. Okay, just analyzing the website. Now let's see what it creates for us. Okay, that's better. No, never start the development server. I do that myself, just so there's no conflicts in ports. Okay, I shouldn't have done that, but anyway. Okay, so we have something. It doesn't look fantastic. Let me add in my logo and the actual app recording into the project. So I'll just add that into assets here. And let me tell Gemini CLI, I have added my app logo and recording. Recording into the assets folder. Use these instead of the placeholder. Also, let's see here, reduce the spacing between the collection form and the rest of the components. Now let's look at the actual code for a second. Let's see, app.jsx, and then we have the waitlist form and the app preview as separate components, which I guess is nice. Don't really need to do this, but it's nice in terms of architecture. Actual waitlist form components. Okay, and then in the CSS we have some styling. Not bad. Right, let's allow this. Okay, let's allow. So, right, doesn't work at the moment. Let's see. So the assets are not displaying. Let's see here, assets logo.svg, no, clearly not. If I look at my assets, read the assets file to get the names of the new assets that I added, the logo and the app recording, and make those changes. What are the changes? Let's look at the mobile version of this app. No side scrolling. That looks okay, not the best, but it looks somewhat okay. I'll probably remove the See DanceBuddy action text. I'll update the headline and the subheadline and make a couple more changes. So remove the DanceBuddy and action text. Also update the headline to so the headline from our application will be something like dance dictionary in your pocket, and the sub headline to never lose your dance moves, choreographies, and dance and battles in the pits of your phone gallery again. Yeah, so that will be the updates for the headline and the okay, let's make those changes. Let's see what it does with that. It's currently, please place your, so it is reading the public, and obviously I don't want that. Don't read that, mate. So let's start the server. Stop the server. Let's run that again. Let's see, is public is empty. We can refresh this. Read source/assets. Right, there you go. It's reading source assets. Failed to edit. It'll figure it out. That's fine. Okay, let's allow. Good stuff. Let's edit the app review, and this change is completed. Right. Okay, still the logo is not present. Let's see, assets/logo.png. In my source we have assets.logo.png, which again should be there. If we just go into source and the app.jsx, we have assets/png inside the public folder. There's nothing there, which I guess is okay. Let's just delete that public folder and restart the server. Let's restart that. Okay, hasn't done anything for us. It's a little bit strange, but we'll work with it. So for now, the copy has been updated. Probably want a better font. Choose a more modern and dance related, dance appropriate font. So it's evaluating the font options. Hopefully it kind of picks something that's a little bit cooler, a little bit nicer looking. There's quite a lot of space between these two components here. And if I go back to the web version actually doesn't look too bad. Probably want to reduce the spacing a little bit as well, and actually get the app video working in that section. Okay, font looks better. I like that a lot more. And it's allow, that's nicer. Go on. I like that font. That's not bad. Okay, so the only thing I need to get working now is just the actual assets that don't seem to be displaying at all. The assets are not displaying in the browser. Why is that? And fix it. Okay, so let's see, that's a common issue. Okay, it's trying to get them from the public. I'll typically bundle require an import statement to get the correct URL. To fix this, yeah, so it's going to move them to the public directory, which is fine. It's going to create public/assets and then move the files. And move the files again. So it has moved them now. So it has moved the files. And let's see, we can go into public assets. We've got the files in here. Let's refresh. And there we go. We got the video. So we got the app logo at the top here. And we've got the actual recording showing there as well. It's a little bit small, I think. Yeah, the app recording is a little bit small, the component's a bit big, and aside from that it looks okay. So what I'll do is try and move this app recording next to this whole text here on the web version to make that look a little better. So the app recording small. I don't need the box component around the actual recording itself. Also move the recording next to and what is that component called? Let's look at the component. We've got the header, the waitlist form next to the header and waitlist form components. So hopefully it will just move that. And allow. Okay, make it a little bit bigger. Don't know why it's done that. It's moved it. Now made it even bigger. Right, we're starting to go into crazy territory. I want the app preview component next to the header and form components rather than stacked. On the web version. Yeah. Excuse my spelling mistakes, but you know, typing quickly, make some mistakes, it's probably fine. So okay, it's made that a little bit smaller. It's adding the container yeah, so it's next to it. Let's allow. That is terrible. Okay, that's really awful. It's put all of it next to, it's put them all in 3 different columns. I don't want that. I want the email waitlist. So I only want 2 columns, and the first should be the waitlist, the header component, and the waitlist, and the second column should have the app preview. So yeah, there's a lot of changes that need to be made. It's never going to get it perfect, definitely not on the first go. So you have to kind of work with it. Keep asking it to make changes. Be very specific in the changes you want made, and hopefully eventually kind of does something that looks okay. Again, not the best here on the web version, on the mobile version even, that looks terrible. So yeah, this experiment doesn't seem to have worked out all that well, to be honest. It's a very, very ugly website at this very moment. What I can show is that I have actually used the Gemini CLI to create my actual waitlist page on a separate kind of project before. So let me show you the kind of difference. Right, so my actual waitlist page, this is what it looks like. Very simple, but it looks nice and sleek. Try to recreate this just now using only Gemini CLI, and you can see the result. Not fantastic. It didn't understand my instructions. I wanted this text to kind of be a bit more seamless with the waitlist form, and the recording doesn't look great in my opinion, having this whole box around it. It could be just the actual recording itself, but hey, that's AI agents for you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. It didn't work out in the end, but yeah, you can see the kind of power of it, right? It makes a whole bunch of changes for you. The one thing I did like is that it created separate components, even for something very simple, which is great. I definitely wouldn't have done that myself. But yeah, it didn't end up getting the styling that I wanted, but it's kind of got something. Hope you enjoyed the video. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.